When I was in sixth form, we had a new teacher and he said, have you thought about engineering? And I was like, I don't know what that is, but I'll give it a go. And so, yeah, here we are. There's an article about me, actually, that the Institution of Mechanical Engineers wrote, and they've called me the accidental engineer, and I think that's pretty fitting. So an accidental engineer is that I kind of almost fell into it. It wasn't really my plan to be an engineer, and I fell into systems engineering as well. I've worked on so many exciting and rewarding projects. I think that's the beauty of systems engineering. I think that the variety that you get from a career in systems engineering, it's amazing. One of the most rewarding things that I get to do is actually in my spare time, and it's being a trustee for a charity called SheCanEngineer. And the aim of this charity is to celebrate and improve equity, diversity and inclusion in the engineering sector. So we do loads of different activities, from celebrating people within industry, helping organisations with their ED&I strategies, and also the outreach side of things too. So it's STEM outreach, reaching out to students in schools and universities. So I'm actually a really impulsive person, and I think that can be quite surprising sometimes for a systems engineer. But to keep myself in check, I also really like spreadsheets. Like, for example, when we were thinking about getting a dog, so we do have a dog, I actually made a decision matrix, like a pew matrix, included all the weightings and stuff and all the different aspects that we needed to consider for getting a dog, like breed size, overall breed health, and shedding levels, activity levels, the intelligence of the breed, grooming needs, training needs, all of those sorts of things. And then at the end of it, it's like a preference ranking of like my preference and my partner's reference. And I color coded it and everything, so I can get really into like spreadsheets. The biggest advice would be to give a go, and you'll never know where it'll take you because there's so many options out there. There's no single career path which is like the best one to choose. There's, you can go to university, you can do apprenticeships, you don't have to do a degree or study engineering to become an engineer, if that makes sense. And there's loads of engineers I work with who don't have like an engineering background, but they're still able to apply what they know to an engineering problem. I think that is very prominent in human factors, which is what I work in. And we have, we've had doctors, physiotherapists, and psychologists, all within the team. Not just systems engineers. I'm a systems engineer. We do have other engineers like mechanical engineers and acoustic engineers. So there's loads of things to explore within engineering, and it's one of those things where my advice would be to give it a go and be curious and see what's out there, because you'll be able to find something that is like for you. I can see a shift, and I think there's a lot of incredible work being done to improve ED&I, particularly looking at gender parity and equity within the engineering sector. And we're seeing more and more women, and actually just diversity in general, in all roles and up to and including leadership roles. I've seen firsthand the impact it has when they can see someone that looks like them or someone that they can relate to and go, oh, maybe I could do that too. And it's kind of why I'm so passionate about the ED&I subject and outreach as well, because I want to be the role model that I never had growing up. And I think when you put sort of all of that into perspective, and you can see when you follow through the life cycle, I guess, and you can see when you start to make an impact when they're at a young age, and it will follow through, it'll flow through when you can see them coming into the careers and just excelling at their careers. And that's why I think that in the next 5 to 10 years, it's going to be so much more balanced. I think the fact that, what do engineers do? We solve problems. We solve problems that humans have. And if you don't start to understand the human population as a whole, as well as looking at the individual needs of different groups of humans, then you're never going to be able to solve a problem that fits everyone. But there's loads of studies out there that demonstrate why there is a need for us to consider women. That we can't always do that if there are no women there in the team to consider it. One, be curious, ask questions, don't be afraid to ask questions, ask for help. Coming from someone who is shy, I do understand how hard that can be, but you'll actually find that once you start asking questions that people love to help, and if they can't answer your question, there'll be someone that they know, they'll be able to point to someone who might be able to help you. Number 2 is be yourself, find your spark. Like I said, the engineering sector, the breadth of the engineering sector can be quite daunting, but then it also means that there is something for everyone should you wish to go into engineering. And number 3, forge your own path and do what's right for you. No career path is the best one, and no career path is the same for anyone. Don't be afraid to say no when you don't feel like it's an opportunity that you want to take, but also if there is an opportunity that you want to take, say yes. And then also, if things don't go to plan, like for example, I talked about being an accidental engineer. I didn't actually apply to do systems engineering at university. I didn't know what systems engineering was. It was because it was offered to me because I didn't achieve the grades that I would have. I wanted to go and do aeronautical engineering, and I didn't get the grades to get to university for my first choice to go and do that. But then Loughborough University offered me systems engineering, and I just took the opportunity. I said, yeah, why not? Let's go for it. So whatever opportunities come in front of you, you can make those informed decisions. And I think that's why the outreach is so important, is that, engineering might not be for everyone. I personally think it is. I think there's always something that for everyone within engineering, but things don't always go to plan, and that's okay. Forge your own and do what's right. Basic, literally cliche. Do you do you?